What is up, friends, and welcome back to From the Mind of Dick. I hope everyone's doing well out there wherever you may be. So I wasn't expecting to do another episode so soon, but due to current events, I decided to do one. You guys know that usually what I do is I take a little clip from my podcast episode and I'll post it on Instagram as a reel just so my friends can see it. And I just do it for fun. And basically, like, what I do is the software that I use, it's called Riverside. It's just a free software. There's paid plans and stuff like that, but it's just a free thing to use. And it's really cool. It's got good editing software. I like how it works. So I use it and then I record what I'm doing. And then there's a button I can push that's called Magic Clips, and it makes it for me. So it's so cool. It makes it like that. I don't know if I'm going to keep using that because I don't like the visual of it. So I'm going to try something else. That'll be the next thing I do. You know, the first new thing I did was the pop-ups, bing. But I decided that I was going to use that for now because it does make a really cool clip and I can like edit what it says. So that's what I usually do. I go in and kind of change words around and like fix this, fix that, change the sound, make the sound a little better. And then I post it. And usually, 300 people see it and it's my friends and stuff like that. And that's all I want. Like, I'm not looking to do anything else, but I currently posted one and it was about how Beyonce's album was trash. And I didn't like it, and it had 71 writers, which I find out now is 72, but had 71 writers that made a trash album, and I didn't like it. And, thinking back, the way I said it, I just wanted to say that I'm not sorry for what I said. It was a trash album. It was not good. Okay. And so I posted this reel about it and how Billie Eilish and her brother wrote an album, just the two of them. And it took two people to write an amazing album because it's really good. It's not my cup of tea, but it's, I understand music and I know it's good. It's a little slow and boring, but people like that. And they're well-written songs and they are really good songs. So I posted that video about it. And as we speak, it's at like 93,000, pushing 94,000 views. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I've never had anything go over like 3,000, right? Never in my life have I ever had anything go over that much. The closest thing I've had is I'll put it right here, but I commented on this guy's video that it said, you're 43, dress your age. And the dude put on old school Vans, cuffed Levi's, which I don't cuff my Levi's, but cuffed Levi's and looked like a band t-shirt. And I was like, this guy's dope. This guy knows how to dress. So basically what I commented, which I'll put here, it said, this is dressing our age, exactly how we did in the 90s. And it has like almost 3,000 likes. I think it's like 2,600 likes. And looking at all his likes and stuff like that, like that's by far the most. Like, I think the next one is like 100, but like none of them have that many. Mine has 2,600 and something likes. And I keep every day when I look at Instagram, there's another like on there, and I'm like, oh, should I delete it? Because I'm sick of getting these notifications. And I did that on my personal account. I commented there, and so that's the closest I've done where like had that many people like what I had to say. But this is crazy, like 93,000 now. I think it was at like 16,000. And Danny B called me and he starts laughing. He's like, bro, the comments, and like, I can't believe it's that much. And he's like, we're laughing so hard. I'm like, that's crazy, dude. It's at like 93,000 now, which is fucking nuts. So I just wanted to talk about it for a minute because it's not what I set out to do. It's not what I want to do, but I might continue to try to do stuff like that because it's super fun and it's super crazy to be able to go look through those comments and like see what people have to say, which I want to get into. I want to talk about some of the comments because some are really good and some are really bad. Some are funny. And I don't look into the comments like, I don't take them like seriously. I do comment because it's fun. I like to just sit there and comment on things that people have, like stupid things people have commented. So like I want to get into some of the comments, like, I'm looking down because I did actually like screenshot some of them and I will put them here. Um, but one guy said, "How can white people say what country music is when black people invented it?" And I got a few other like racist freaking comments, right? Another one said, "Cowboy Coochie is hilarious, but also shut up. Rant rooted in racism. Just call it what it is." And I'm like, are you serious? Like, this guy said, "Is this a Klan vid?" I commented, "That's racist." But another one, another white dude crying. What does any of this have to do with race? Like, that's the thing that pisses me off. What does any of what I said have to do with race? So I'll get into that. And there's a couple more that I want to talk about because they're hilarious. But the first one I want to talk about was why so many people had to comment about race. And I think what they're getting at is the fact that I'm a white dude commenting about a black artist who went into a predominantly white genre. Okay. And my post and my rant on my last episode had nothing at all to do with that. It didn't have anything to do with race. Like, and that's, but you know, people see a white dude talking about it, they must think it's racist. So when it comes to like Beyonce's album, if it was good, I would have said it was good. Like seriously, I would have said this is a great album. I love it when people go from genre that they're normally in and go try something different. And I love that. Okay. And I think it's a great idea. I can't really stand Beyonce. I have really not much against her. She's just really overrated in my book. And I have nothing against her. Like, I think that she's very talented, but I think she's overrated. And I really can't stand how pretentious she is. And she thinks she's the greatest in the world. And I really don't like that. But, you know, she does good things for charity and stuff like that. And, you know, I did mention the fact that she took $10 million to talk for 4 minutes at Kamala's, you know, rally. And I think that's stupid, but I don't like that. But this has nothing to do with that. It has to do with her music, right? And I think the album is trash. It's simple as that. It's not a good album. And if she went into it and made a good country album and made an album that deserved album of the year and made an album that deserved country album of the year, then I would say that. I would be like, yeah, that's a great album. Like, I would say it. Like, look what I said about Kendrick. That's what people don't realize is look what I said on the same thing. And I actually posted a reel about it. It was more about his Canadian tuxedo. But I did say in that reel that I posted, and that one's up to like 3,000, that's enough for me. Like 3,000 is great. But I said I was talking about his Canadian tuxedo, but I also said Kendrick is well deserved. Okay. I said, you know, because the whole episode, the whole podcast episode was about things being rigged and fake. But what I said about Kendrick was that's an example of someone not being rigged and fake because I believe that he deserved everything he got. So why is that not racist? How am I racist? I'm talking to my very next thing. I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar, a black dude, who I think is like the best rapper in this generation right now. And I'll get into that. But why does it always have to come down to race? Like, that's what pisses me off. It always, like, that's why what I was saying is we're so divided in this country that a white dude can't talk about not liking a black woman's album and thinking it's trash. And now it's racist. It's rooted in racism. Dude, I didn't even cross my mind when I was talking about it. What crossed my mind is that it was trash. But they obviously didn't look into anything else. They saw the one video, commented on it. And that's what people do. People see one thing, just like people just read headlines and they don't read the whole story. They just see a headline and think that this is what's happening, right? And they don't know about anything else. So, you know, all these people commented about race. They obviously don't know me. They obviously don't know my life. So that's fine. They can comment on that. But I just wanted to say something about that. I thought it was hilarious the way people were commenting on race and saying that I didn't like her because she was black. And it's a racism thing. And it's just a Klan vid. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. But some of the funny ones, never listen to a meth head. Never listen to meth heads take on music or anything for that matter. Apparently, I'm a meth head. Um, Never touched the stuff. Grew up in Lake LA where there's a lot of meth, and I luckily never touched this stuff. Had a lot of friends that did, but I guess I'm a meth head, right? The other one was this is my favorite though. This is the best one. Calm down, Kid Rock. I love it, dude. And I actually like cut like 3 inches off my hair. I think it was summertime because people kept calling me Kid Rock. And I posted something about that on Instagram on my story. I was like, one more person calls me Kid Rock, but I'm just embracing it now. It is what it is. I know what I look like. It's fine. I know I know what I look like. Um, I think that was the best of them. But the last one, I mean, there's ones that say like grown man crying on the internet about an award show. I mean, so what, right? It's stupid. But the one I wanted to talk about the most was, I guess, you know, 93,000 on that vid, right? Macy Gray. Y'all know Macy Gray? I try to say goodbye and I blow, 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 blow. Okay, Macy Gray, you know the song. She hasn't been relevant in 15 years, 20 years. I don't know. I mean, I don't know when that song came out, but Macy Gray commented on my reel. And I I think maybe have a good cry and move on. And let's ban any album that has more than two writers because it's not the songs that matter. It's how many people write them. Well, Macy, and if you guys see what I commented on that, you guys should go look because it's funny. I basically just quoted song lyrics, just saying her song back to her. But that brings me to my next point because she says it's not the songs, it's how many people wrote them. So everybody that was commenting on my reel, so many people were just looking into the fact that I said 71 writers, and that's not what I was talking about. I know how the music industry works, guys. There's a lot of artists out there that maybe they don't know how to write a song. I write songs and it's really hard. Okay, I suck at it, and I know how to write songs, and it's not easy. Some people just don't have that in them to find those melodies and put everything together. It's hard to do, and some people just don't have that, right? So they have other people that are really good at it that maybe not, they don't have a voice. Maybe they don't know how to perform, but they're really good at writing songs. They have that gift. And then they put those songs into this artist and this artist performs them because this artist is good at performing and this artist can sing and blah, 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 right? That happens all the time. Okay. That happens all the time in music. There's so many artists that do that, including country artists do this. Okay. My point was not the 71 writers. Like, I get that. And then they also said samples, right? Because what they do is they credit samples because they want that artist that they sampled from to also get paid for the writing credits, right? Because writers get paid and they want them to get the credit too. So samples that she added those as writers. So that added up to like 72 is what it ended up being. So I know all this, guys, and I had a lot of people commenting, this guy doesn't know how credits work, and she used samples, that's why. So everybody looked at the fact that I said 71 writers and not what I was trying to say, and maybe it didn't come out right, but hopefully this will come out right. I wasn't trying to say it was 71 writers, like that's not a thing. I was trying to say that it took 71 people to put out a trash album, and it took 2 people to put out an amazing album. Okay, that deserved to win. That album deserved to win. And I know a lot of people think it was slow and stuff, but it was beautiful. It's a beautiful album. It's really good. And it took her brother and her, and were able to put out that album. And then I said at the end, Freddie Mercury was someone who wrote a song all by himself, and it's a masterpiece. And it took one person to do that. How did it take 71 people to put out a trash album? That was my point. I know how the music industry works, guys. I know. Look behind me. You think I don't know about fucking music? Get off of the 71 writers. I was talking about how bad 71 writers did on this album. It's trash. That's what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, so it's crazy. It's really crazy how 93 probably by the end of the day, it'll be closer to 100 because it just keeps going, bro. I keep getting like I'm about to turn my notifications off because this person like this person like this person like. Then people comment and comment, and it's crazy. It's funny. I've never expected to do this. I only do this for you guys, for my friends that actually support me. And you know, it would be nice to do like a podcast or have an Instagram page or something that you know, blew up and made money, but that's not why I do it. I don't care. I just want to entertain. Why do I podcast? Like, let me explain why I do this. And I know I've explained this before, but I my brain, and like I said, maybe it's the ADHD, and people that have known me for a really long time know this about me, but like my brain just does not stop. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And I need an outlet sometimes. And when I saw like when podcasting first became a thing, I was like, this is kind of cool. You know, I kind of think I could probably do it. And then I had a really good friend start doing it. Danny B at the Conference Call podcast, he started doing it. And I was like, listening to his podcast, I was like, you know, I want to try to do this. And it took me a while to really figure out how to do it. I kind of put it on the back burner for a while. But then I said, you know, I'm going to do this. And I do it because I need this outlet. I need something to do. I enjoy doing it. And I get a lot of good feedback from my friends that watch this and like it. So that's why I do it. And I do it for me mostly. Like I enjoy what I'm doing. And I took a little break and I wasn't going to do it anymore. And I realized, you know, I need to do it. So I'm going, as Danny says, ham sandwich on this bitch. I'm going to keep doing this. And I love it. So, and I hope you guys do too. It seems like you guys do. So, I think that's it. Like I said, I make notes now because I want to kind of keep it, you know, yeah, I think that's it. The last thing I want to talk about, since yesterday, today's Monday. Yesterday was the Super Bowl, and I didn't watch it. The halftime show, though, I watched it this morning, and I wanted to get into it because, as you guys know, rap is my first love. It always has been. I love the old school rap. I love, you want to talk Tupac, Biggie, Ice Cube, anything Ice Cube. I remember the first time I heard NWA, it was like blew my mind. I think it was in middle school, and so Kendrick is like that new generation, right? And I've seen so many people saying that his performance at the halftime show was trash. It was bad. And my take on it, it was really fucking good. I loved it. I thought it was really good. And there was a lot of different things going on. Sam Jackson was there as Uncle Sam. I heard Drake said something about tell your uncle something, and then so that there's that. The whole stage was set up with PlayStation, the symbols, right? The circle, the triangle, the X, whatever. And Drake is signed to Sony, I guess. I mean, I didn't look into that, but I guess that's why. So Sony makes PlayStation, so that was kind of the symbolism there. But I saw something that talked about how he had the American flag and then he was in the middle of it, showing like symbolizing that we were divided. And he, for me, music brings everybody together, and that's what he's trying to do. He didn't have any kind of political things going on. It was all like red, white, and blue. Red and blue are Crips and Bloods, right? And he's from Compton. I don't know if you want to look that and far into it, but, and then all the stuff with, dissing Drake. Say Drake. Like, I love that part where he like looks right at the camera. And he's like, say Drake. But the whole thing, the whole performance, this is what you got to look at. He's a rapper. It was a rap show. He didn't do all the bells and whistles and frills like Dre did. And like, what did you want? Did you want him to come out in roller skates like Usher did? Like, what do you want? What did you want? He's a rapper. He did a rap performance. What else did you want to see? That it was so good. And I loved every bit of it. Every single second of it, I thought was amazing. And all these people that are saying like, oh, it was the worst ever performance at the Super Bowl. You just didn't get it. And it wasn't for you. You probably don't like that kind of music. So it wasn't for you. Okay. Rap isn't for everybody. There's a lot of people that don't like it. I love it. Okay. I saw people, videos of like older people watching it going like, I don't understand what he's saying. Do you guys know, can they put the little captions underneath so we know what he's saying? Like, I don't know what he's saying. And they're just like looking at it like, what is this? Like they didn't like it. It's not for you. That's not your music. So that performance wasn't for you. Okay. And to call those people Gen X and say Gen X didn't get it, bro, I'm Gen X. Okay. And you know what? One thing about Gen X is we grew up with NWA. Like I said, we grew up with like Public Enemy, Naughty by Nature, Wu-Tang Clan. We grew up with all of these performers, these groups. And then we had Biggie and Tupac, right? Amazing. Ice Cube stuff, right? I can go on and on. And Ice Cube, baby, right? So we grew up with that stuff. Gen X, we came up with that stuff. We were in our teens when that happened, when that stuff came out. So we grew up with it. We know what that is. We love it. Kendrick's doing that same shit. He's the next generation of that shit. Now listen, Gen X, everyone I know that's Gen X, fucking loved it. Thought it was amazing. Okay. If you didn't like it, wasn't for you. You're not supposed to get it. If you didn't like it, sorry to say, but you're not Gen X. You're a boomer. On that note, I will let you guys go. This is short and sweet. I just wanted to talk about the reel that I made and a little bit about the Super Bowl, but I don't give a shit who won the Super Bowl. I'm just glad it wasn't the Chiefs because who cares? So I don't really care that the Eagles won. I don't care about foosball. It ain't anything to me. I don't care. The only thing good about the Super Bowl is when it's over, it's the start of baseball season, baby. Pitchers and catchers are reporting soon. So anyway, and last thing, I don't care about any of the signings that the Dodgers made, like all these great players, all these crazy, like big signings, big moves they made. Motherfuckers re-signed Kike Hernandez. That's my dog, and I love it. So I'm looking forward to the season. It's going to be here. Like I said, Super Bowl's over now. Every time the Super Bowl's over, it means it's the start of baseball season, baby. So on that note, I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for everything. I love you guys. And I'm out of here. Peace.